Good afternoon.
My question is regarding the drawdown.
Okay.
And just wondering if you can talk about the number of troops, SOF troops, that will be left in Afghanistan past 2014.
Yeah, well, that is a question that is being worked over right now. So let me tell you what I can tell you and some of what I think is going to happen. So the president has already given us a number for the end of 2013. We're going to draw down to 34,000 U.S. troops in Afghanistan, actually by February of 2014 is the timeline on that. And then you'll have, commensurate with that, you'll have a group of NATO soldiers. So if we've got 34,000, there's an expectation that NATO will have somewhere in the neighborhood of 15,000. Then as you look at drawing towards the end of 2014, that decision has not been made yet in terms of what's the size of the force that's going to be left in Afghanistan, or even the size of the force that will take us to December of 14. So we don't know what that number looks like yet, but my expectation is within the next several months, the president will make a decision on what that number ought to be, and then really it's understanding kind of the velocity and the requirements for us in the SOF world. Here's what I think is going to happen, and I want to make sure that I caveat this. This is just my my opinion, and again, nothing that's driving it yet, but there will be a need through 2014, so towards the end of 2014, for us in the Special Operations community to continue to do the counterterrorism role and to continue to advise, train, and assist the Afghans. And certainly there at USSOC, you know, the Great Green Berets and the military information support teams and the SIMCs, the civil military support elements that are out there, and the Army helicopter pilots, and all that USSOC provides is doing a magnificent job of building the Afghan local police. And we're up to like 19,000 Afghan local police, growing at some point in time to about 45,000. They're building the Afghan commandos, the Afghan special forces. So there will always be a role for the USSOC soldier through the end of 2014 to continue to do that advising and assisting. And then some of our other forces, of course, are doing the more kinetic operations and the counterterrorism operations. So that'll go till 2014. What I don't know, and what I can't tell you, is what we're referring to as an enduring presence. I don't know whether or not we will even have an enduring presence. That remains to be seen. Those discussions will occur between President Obama, President Karzai, and Secretary General Rasmussen from NATO. So they will have to have those discussions to determine whether or not there's going to be an enduring presence. So I know it's not a very satisfying answer in terms of what is our force going to look like. What I will tell you is it is going to be less than it is today. And that's important because we have other demands out there. I also want to get our operational tempo back to the point where it's at a 1 to 2 at a minimum, so that your husband is not constantly deploying, so that we can kind of get him back and make sure that his dwell time back in Fort Bragg is appropriate. So we will clearly see a reduction in special operations forces in Afghanistan over the next year. So some of the guys will be coming back. What will be left at the end, I don't know yet. I don't think we'll know for several months.